Hello there, guys. It's Roguest9 here for our second Katawa Shoujo video. Anyway, I had a shitty day, and just simply hearing this song makes me feel nice. I think it's partially because the previous route that I played for this was the MA route, and that's a bit more cheerful than the rest of the routes from what I've heard. There might be a bit more sadness in the rest of the routes. Like I said in the last one, we're aiming for either the Hanako route or the Shizune route. If you didn't watch the last video, which I don't really expect you to because it was titled Episode 0, it was just a prologue, like the hospital scene. Earlier today I was watching some interviews with some of the writers. It was Crud, the guy who wrote Hanako's route, and then the Hive Mind, the guy who wrote Emmy's route. It's nice watching those. At one point, the Hive Mind mentioned something called the what's it called, the Grid 1, and I looked that up and saw that it's basically really early version of the game, and I downloaded that and looked at it for a bit. That's interesting. But yeah, let's get into this. We're outside the gates of the school. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. Red bricks. Black wrought iron and gray plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wondered if it looked like what a gate for school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. So I walk towards the main building of Imaku Academy. With this brisk pace, I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to my dorm, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have, more like a park, with a clean walkway. Going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass, and all other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. It makes me shudder. I shake them off, stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it is. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big, too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's just different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley, even though I was told this is my new school. In the back of my mind, it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kinda eerie. It makes me wish there was somebody here so I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I've stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind and the green hues flashing around me catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again. How they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a common color. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? Feeling nervous, and with this realization set in mind, I open the front door. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. You must be Nikki? Nakai. So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom teacher and science teacher. My name is Matsuo. Welcome. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch. The head nurse asked you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. I would be nervous too. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? Last time I went with why, but I guess I'll go with yeah, of course. Yeah, sure, I mean, isn't that normal? Of course, but not everyone likes to be the center of attention. And as we said, we don't like to be, but oh well. I'm probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. Right, but it's no problem. Let's go then. I love the painting in the background, it looks so interesting. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Get a grip. This is a big step, I know that, but there isn't any point to worrying so much about it, at least not this soon. Follow the teacher into the classroom and look around, partially so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates. They're probably like me and have something wrong with them, only it's not immediately obvious. Then I notice that one of the girls seems to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. Please welcome our newest classmate. He claps his hands, so does everyone else except one girl in the first row, who has only one hand. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing in thanks for the applause I did not deserve. We don't deserve it at all. A collective silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. So, I'm Hisao Nakai. And after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along well with everyone, even though I'm a new student. And after that, I'm being so boring. This is exactly like every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing, and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied, even with what little I said, though a few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. It could have gone worse. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. We're going to be doing some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Hakamachi. She is the class representative. She can explain anything you might want to know, and who else would be able to do that better, right? How could I know? The teacher passes out the day's assignment and announces that we'll be working in groups of 3. It hits me that I don't know who Hakamachi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Oh, right, Hakamachi is right there. She's doing a Hakamachi. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with the bright pink hair and gold eyes waves at me. I take the seat next to her by the window. Hey, I guess you're Hakamachi, right? It's nice to meet you. Ha 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 ha. What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you too, but I'm Misha. This is Sakamachi Shichan. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she has been staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. She has short yet carefully neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses, balanced on the tip of a dainty nose, the dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between fuck. I'm not the best with words right now. Analytical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Hikabachi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, "You'll be able to talk to people, and who better to explain things to you?" I can see you're a little confused, right? But I understand why you would, think I was Shichan. Shichan is deaf, so I am the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like her interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shichan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up there for no reason, right? Right? He seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? Do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little if you haven't had time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with the hard word a bit, making it stick around. In other words, stick out her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kind of came straight to class today. Ha ha ha. That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there. Not just with school either. Yeah, always try to figure stuff out about stuff before you do stuff. Just know what you're doing before you do it. Always. Even if it's a trip to the convenience store. Really, Shichan. Ha 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 ha. Learn about where you're going. I guess I didn't bother to do that, or just didn't care enough to do so. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it half-assedly. But anyway. And another thing, you don't have to call Shichan something so formal like Hakamachi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shichan. Haha. Okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate. Yep, Shizune is fine. Heh, okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier. Especially about Shizune, who I assumed to be all business. Oh fuck, she's all business. I mean, to be fair, I only took one route, but she's business. Well, she still seems like that, just less so, I guess. Huh? Oh right, we haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now, or Shichan will get mad. The assignment is also kind of long, so we should start now if we want to finish it before the end of class. Wahahaha, that too. Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. After class, we take a walk around the grounds together. After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day too. Okay? The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. Still, we finish it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class despite our late start. Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different, even though the class rep is a calm and professional, as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish, not to mention a little more easily distracted and loud. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bells, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. There's a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realize that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. How nice, it almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured with scientific precision to make the needs of the patients. I pick something at random and follow Shizune to the table, sitting opposite of her. As I nibble indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. I don't understand sign language, so the point escapes me. Maybe looking at the person who talks to you is proper and polite. Do you want to know something? What? About anything. We're your guides, so you should ask it if there is anything. I wonder. Let's see. I'll ask about the library, because Hisao just loves books. God damn it, Windows, go away. Oh yeah, is there a library at the school? Lately I've gotten into reading a lot, so I'd like to check it out. Misha gives the kind of frown that makes it clear she doesn't consider reading a very, healthy hobby, but then picks up her smile again. I, to be honest, don't really read books much. I prefer to read manga, but even then, I prefer to be on the computer. I'm just kinda lazy. There is. It's in the second floor. We can show it to you sometime. Thanks. I return to my food while the girls talk between themselves. Before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Beside me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today. Chan, we've got to hurry already, since there is a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Ah, wait, the teacher said I'd have to see the nurse. Where do I have to go? Is that so? We can at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head nurse's office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See ya tomorrow. Yeah, thanks. Bye. A whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with the actual education? I guess it's necessary for a place like this. I walk in, hoping that this really will be only a quick visit, like the teacher said. On the white door on the left is a green cross with the text Head Nurse and a nameplate. A voice from inside responds to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. It sounded a bit like an invitation to open the door, so I invite myself further in. The room is not large, and it smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns around on his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin under the table is overflowing with used medical utensils, and there are at least a dozen coffee cup rings lingering on his desk. Hello there. What can I do for you today? He's young-looking and sort of rugged, but the dimples on his cheeks wash that impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smiles like a person who has heard this very same question hundreds of times. Well, yes, I am. It says so on the door, no? You can call me by my name, or just the nurse, like everyone else. Of course, I shake off my confusion, realizing I probably should grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Good, well, you've probably been briefed about the school enough, so I'll just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of faculties available, most physical therapy and such. There's always someone from the staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there's a problem. The famous 24-hour nursing staff. Wow, this is like a hospital. Well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgery here. His joke feels so out of place that I'm left thinking why he even said it. Yeah, just that it's really weird to have so many medical people at a school. You'll get used to it. I'm not sure of that myself, but I don't let the nurse know it. Now, let me find your file again. Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from the stack of similarly thick files and opens it. So, you already have medication for the erythema. Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening, or it won't be much help. Apart from that, do you do any sports? Rest stuff like, I don't know, boxing? He grins at his own joke, but I don't. Well, I played soccer occasionally with some classmates. Alright, I'm afraid I'm going to have to recommend you refrain from doing that, at least for the time being. Oh. My lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really, I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. At any rate, and I'm sure you've been told this before, you just need to take care not to overexert yourself. He wags his finger to emphasize the point. No need, really. I've heard this thousands of times. Absolutely no unnecessary risks. Take care of yourself. Okay. He goes over my papers one more time and then sets them on a desk, obviously content. Good. That's it then. Come meet me if you ever need something. I'm ushered out before I even realize. A quick visit indeed. I end up standing in front of the main building and the auxiliary building, although to my eyes they still look one and the same. It's the first real look I get at the other students, so I watch people coming out of the school going towards the gate or the dorms. It's around dinner time, but I feel tired instead of hungry. The weariness in me only grows, so I trudge towards the dorms, sit a little way apart from the main building. There is a garden of sorts between the school and the farm and the dorms. Shrubbery, flowers, and that overbearing smell of fresh cut grass that fills the atmosphere. I absolutely hate that smell, especially because it gets my allergies going so much. But what I do love is fucking nature. Nature, motherfuckers. It dawns on me, on my tired mind, that the smell feels novel because I haven't been outside at all for so long. The dorm building is so big and made of red brick. Like the others, it feels way too pompous for what it is, so I push forward, going inside, not outside. Each of these minor halls seems to have a toilet and shower, as well as 4 rooms. About halfway down the hall, I spy my room. 119. 911 backwards. The nameplates on the rooms adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there are just 2 of us here. Light shines from below the door of room 117, so I knock lightly. Hello, is anyone home? From inside, I hear a few movements, then the clicking of way more locks than I thought these doors had. After a moment, the door squeaks open. Ah, fucking Kenji. A bespectacled boy is standing in the doorway. He is looking at me very intently, though his extremely thick glasses. Through his extremely thick glasses. Who is it? Blind? No, at least not completely. Why would he have glasses if he was? Oh, wait. He leans closer to me until our noses are almost touching. His breath stinks of garlic. Hisao, Nakai. I'm moving into the room next. I thought I should introduce myself. Oh, sup dude, my name is Kenji. Ah, hi. I take Kenji's sweaty hand and shake it, still a little rattled by the sudden change of attitude and vehement welcome. There were some suspicious-looking people going in and out of your room earlier. It was probably my parents. Your parents? You sure? 'Cause they could have been some other people too. You can't judge a book by its cover. His out-of-place proverb is left hanging between us awkwardly, as I try to think of some way to respond. I'd say the chances are high enough. He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures. You're a brave man, Hisao. Me? I don't think I could trust the chances. The only one I trust is myself. Myself. Does that mean I shouldn't get to know you either? He thinks about this for a while. A wise decision. Damn, you're smarter than you look. Probably. What do you look like? I hope not smart. He squints his eyes and leans closer again, but I lean backwards to dodge it. Never mind, it doesn't matter. With that, he fumbles around for a moment in search of the door handle, and then shuts the door behind him. I slide the key into the lock of the door marked 119. Bleak beige walls, white linen, a desk made of some type of light wood, ugly curtains. It's no one's room. Impersonal, like my hospital's room. My bags are sitting at the foot of my bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. The closet is sitting open, stocked with my clothes. Also, it seems that there are a number of school uniforms hanging there as well. A note is pinned to the sleeve of one of the shirts. Hi, Chan. We've unpacked your things and made your bed. They said that if these don't fit, then you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mom and Dad. Well, at least I don't have to worry about unpacking. I kind of hoped I would have. Then there would be something to do. It's still too early. I put the note down on the desk and lie down on the bed, feeling very drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. I wonder if the hospital conditioned me for wanting to read whenever I have nothing to do. The restless urge just keeps growing until I have to stand up. Maybe it's stress or something. I was pretty nervous about it before coming, and for the entire day too. I still am, I think. Damn, I had to distract myself somehow, so I wouldn't be this unnatural all the time. Tomorrow, I'll go borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. But for now, the bottles of the medications neatly arranged on the night table catch my eye. I picked up one and shake it just to hear the contents rattle inside. Then read the glued-on pharmacy label. Hisao Nakai, 2 tablets daily to stay alive. Doesn't really say that, but it could just as well say. It's kinda twisted having your life depend on chemicals like this. I resent it a little, but what choice do I have? With a sigh, I begin my new daily ritual of taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check the correct dosages. I lie down again, feeling hollow and uncertain, and after that I keep staring at the blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. It doesn't start looking any more familiar, not even after the darkness falls and long shadows draw across my room, like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm, and nest-like against the chill that passes for room temperature here. Soon, the lighter shade of darkness, that is, the ceiling, looks like every ceiling does at night, and it becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. The night beckons me to sleep, and I feel the coldness of unfamiliarity, and fear creeping up my spine once again. I keep drifting further away from the world I know. That's gonna be all for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you did. Sorry that we only got through day 1 for this one. I'll try to get through more days in the next video. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, support, liking, and such is very much appreciated. There will be links to the game in the description, along with anything else that might be needed. I hope you guys enjoyed. Damn it, I keep repeating myself. I'll just see you guys in the next one. Adios.